We will start with a brief overview of the Lenze Smart Motor. First, we'll see that the Smart Motor was designed specifically for horizontal conveying. We can see that a simple drive is built on the motor that can be parameterized with an NFC-capable Android phone and Lenze app. It can also be programmed with software. Next, start-stop with ramps can be programmed, which helps protect the machine and goods. Also, 4 speeds and stop can be programmed. Less wiring and reduced engineering time were a focus with the design of the Smart Motor. The onboard drive can use quick-on connectors for fast installation and a reduced cabinet size. Up to 4 times starting torque helps reduce the gear motor size. Coupled with the programmable speeds, the number of variants can be minimized. And finally, the Smart Motor offers an excellent system efficiency with an IES2 rating. The focus of this webinar is to highlight how the Smart Motor can reduce costs and increase functionality. You can see from the increased functionality as we discussed on the previous slide. You'll see start-stop ramps, better energy efficiency, higher standardization, reduced complexity, and a flexible automation concept. You can also see reductions in cost due to a smaller cabinet, less cabling, less assembling time, less engineering required, less variance, and less operational costs. An estimated $3,000 savings per installation is a rule of thumb, but we will go into a cost savings calculator that can be customized for an estimate for your specific application. But first, a short video highlighting the concept. Welcome to the Smart Conveyor landing page. On this site, you will find resources to calculate savings and implement the Smart Motor solution. First, we will go to the cost savings calculator. On this calculator, with 5 simple questions, you'll be able to see one-time savings and annual savings using the Smart Motor solution. Afterwards, you can fine-tune based on your specific costs. The first question, what is the current type of motor control? The options are cabinet mains contactors, cabinet soft starter, or cabinet frequency inverter. The second question, what is the total length of the conveyor? You can easily make changes here with the numbers or with the sliding bar. Third question, what is the number of conveyor modules? Fourth question, what is the cable length from the first drive to the cabinet? And finally, the number of conveyor projects per year. And we'll see a one-time savings of $4,427 and an annual savings just over $89,000. That gets broken down here with the drive concept, power distribution, automation, electrical cabinet, engineering costs, and structural costs. If you want to fine-tune that, we go to the settings. In the settings, you will see different tabs up top here: General, Drive Concept, Power Distribution, Automation, Electrical Cabinet, Engineering Costs, and Structural Costs. Anything outlined in this blue box will be able to be changed. In General Settings, you'll see things such as the cost per hour for an electrician or for installation on site, time for wire preparation, etc. As you make these changes, you can see the numbers in this box over here will change along with it. In the drive concept, you will select your current solution for your gearing. Right here, you'll see worm gearbox, bevel, or helical. You can select your motor power, gearbox ratio, and price for the gear, motor, fusing, etc. Always on the left will be the current solution, and then on the right is the smart solution. For power distribution, you'll see with the current solution, you can make changes to things such as type of power cable, the price of that, and then wiring costs and time for wiring. On the smart motor side, it utilizes the quick-on system of connectors, so you'll see details behind that. Also pricing along with cable trays and length of trays and things like that. For automation, the current solution, you select the number of decentralized I/O, cable length, price of sensor cables, wiring time, and similar on the smart motor side. It does utilize an OSI decentralized concept. So you'll see number of I/O modules, cost of an OSI master, etc. For the electrical cabinet, mainly the size and cost of your current solution. And for engineering costs, with the current solution, the engineering time to size drives and motors, the time for an automation concept, and for programming. Finally, structural costs. This is related to the different number of components and the annual handling costs per part. Finally, you can select Save and Back to make your changes. Always you'll see a Contact Us About the Calculator button. So if you have any questions, a person from Lenze can get in touch with you to walk you through this. If we go back to the landing page, we'll see more about the resources behind implementation of the smart motor solution. On the top, you'll see the cost savings calculator and the video that we've already gone through. You'll also see a product flyer that has a brief summary of the smart motor. Further down, you'll see different manuals in this center block. This first one, Machine Project Planning, will provide you details on how to convert from your current setup to the smart motor solution. It's basically a step-by-step through each one of the tabs that we just discussed in the calculator. The center box here, Smart Motor Project Planning, goes through the technical data on the smart motor in different variants. And the third manual is a mounting guide on how to install the smart motor. On the bottom here, we'll go through different solutions. The first says Standardized Smart Product Solutions. If we click on this, it will take us to 14 pre-configured models that can be easily selected with 3 simple questions. The first question asks us, choose a conveying system. This asks if we'll have a chain or a roller conveyor. The second question is to choose the version. Is it inline or outline? Meaning, is the motor mounted inside the conveyor or on the outside? And then finally, choose the payload. How much weight will we be carrying? You see these 14 different pre-configured models. If we make a selection, there will be documentation behind each one of these. You'll see information such as E-plan, CAD data. We'll also see these two right here. So this first one is a flyer that goes through the different data for this solution. So you'll see dimensioning, the electrical, and key characteristics. The second product flyer goes through a sizing. This will provide the speeds and the loads that are calculated out to make sure that it matches up with your application. If one of those 14 pre-configured solutions does not work for your application, you can go back to the landing page and configure your own solution. This will bring us to our product finder, and you can filter through until you get a configuration that works for your application. We'll see in the top that we're already filtered on the Lenze Smart Motor. On the bar to the left, you can filter through different criteria, kind of gearbox, speeds, torques, power required. I'll make one selection here so we make sure we have a direct mounting and walk you through one of these solutions. You click on the configure product, the gear icon here. And we can select our protection class, our IP rating, if we want UL approvals for the US. And we'll walk through different motor configurations, so your mounting position, surface, corrosion protection, color, gearbox options for shaft type and size, flange types, oil, your connection for your mains, be it either through terminals, M15, or quick-on connectors, position of the terminal box, brake resistor power, etc. After you make all of those, or we can also fast forward and make selections for us, you'll see that we can get CAD files. We can also get a product data flyer up here, generate CAD, or a product data sheet. You can also add it to a shopping cart and see more details there. So that wraps it up for the landing page for the Smart Conveyor solutions. As always, feel free to hit that contact us and someone can help walk you through it further.